O-Level Chemistry, Paper Code 5070, Paper 1, Variant 1, May June 16. And today we are going to solve question number 1 to question number 10. Question 1. Which oxide is amphoteric? Option A, aluminum oxide, B, carbon dioxide, C, sodium oxide, D, sulfur dioxide. Out of these four options, only aluminum oxide, that is given here in option A, is amphoteric. Whereas other oxides, this B, it is acidic oxide, sodium oxide is basic oxide, sulfur dioxide is an acidic oxide. So correct option, aluminum oxide. Question number 2. 4 gas jars each contain one of the gases ammonia, chlorine, hydrogen chloride and oxygen. A strip of damp blue litmus paper and a strip of damp red litmus paper are placed in each jar. In which gas jar will both the damp blue litmus paper and damp red litmus paper change the color? Option A. In this jar we have ammonia. Ammonia is basic in nature and basic in nature gases turn red litmus paper to blue. So here only one litmus paper red will be changed to blue. In B we have chlorine. Chlorine is acidic in nature and acidic in nature gases turn blue litmus paper to red. So here this blue litmus paper will be turned to red. But chlorine is also a bleaching agent. Since chlorine is also a bleaching agent, so after passage of time, this blue litmus paper and this red litmus paper will be fade. It will be whitish. It will lose its color because of bleaching property of chlorine. So here this chlorine will change the color of red litmus paper and also of blue litmus paper. Both will turn to whitish color. So here correct option is option B. What is given in the other options? Option C, hydrogen chloride. Hydrogen chloride is acidic in nature. Acidic in nature gases changes blue litmus paper to red. So here blue will change to red. Here only one litmus paper will change its color. In D we have oxygen. Oxygen is neither acidic nor basic. So it will neither change red to blue nor it will change blue to red. So here correct option is option B, where we have chlorine gas. Chlorine gas is an acidic gas. It will change blue litmus paper red. Chlorine is also a bleaching agent. So after some time this blue color and this red color will be fade up and it will be turns to whitish color. So here correct option, option B. Question number 3. How can a pure sample of barium sulfate be obtained from barium carbonate? Option A, dissolve it in dilute hydrochloric acid, add dilute sulfuric acid, filter and crystallize. Option B, dissolve it in dilute hydrochloric acid, add dilute sulfuric acid, filter and wash. Option C, dissolve it in water, add dilute sulfuric acid, filter and crystallize. Option D, dissolve it in water, add dilute sulfuric acid, filter and wash. Barium carbonate is insoluble in water. Since barium carbonate is insoluble in water, so we cannot dissolve it in water. So C and D are not the possible options. Now we have to check A and B. In A and B, there is only one difference. In A, it is given here, it crystallize, and here in option B, it is given filter and wash. Now we have to check whether A is correct or B is correct. When we dissolve barium carbonate in dilute hydrochloric acid, this barium carbonate and hydrochloric acid reacts together and we will get barium chloride, carbon dioxide and water. Now this barium chloride reacts with dilute sulfuric acid and we will get barium sulfate and hydrochloric acid. Now hydrochloric acid is soluble in water, whereas this barium sulfate is insoluble. This insoluble barium sulfate we can separate by filtration. Now we will get this barium sulfate as a residue in filtration, and this residue we will wash, and after washing we will get pure barium sulfate. Here in the option A, it is given filter and crystallize. When we will crystallize this barium sulfate, there will be water that is used as a water of crystallization. So when we will crystallize, there will be barium sulfate and water molecule. And it is asked, we have to get a pure sample of barium sulfate. Pure sample of barium sulfate means no other compound, no other element should be along with barium sulfate. When we will crystallize, there will be water molecule along with barium sulfate. So option A is incorrect. Option B is the correct option, where it is given filter and wash. Question number 4. Which statement is not correct? Option A, energy is released when a liquid changes to solid. When a liquid solidifies, the energy is released. It is an exothermic reaction. It is correct. Here we have to find out the statement which is not correct. Since this statement is correct, so this option is not our possible option. Option B, particle move faster in the gaseous state than in the liquid state. Yes, it is also correct. The kinetic energy of the molecule in the gaseous state is more as compared to kinetic energy of the molecules in a liquid state. So it is also not our possible option. Option C, the carbon atom in gaseous methane are further apart than those in solid diamond. Yes, it is also correct. In diamond, we have crystalline structure where we have carbon-carbon bond. Whereas in gaseous methane, there is no carbon-carbon bond, there is discrete methane molecules, and in gaseous state, these molecules are far away from each other. So option C is also correct, where it is given the carbon atom in gaseous methane are further apart than those in solid diamond. So it is also not our possible option. Option D, there is a large decrease in the volume of a solid metal when pressure is applied to it. No, it is incorrect. In solid, molecules are tightly packed, and with increase in pressure, there will be no significant change in the volume. So there will be no large decrease in volume with the increase in pressure. So this point is incorrect, and we have to find out which point, which statement is incorrect. So here our correct option, option D. Question number 5. The symbols for two ions are shown. It is fluoride ion, it is sodium ion. Which statement is correct? In fluoride ion, proton number is given 9, whereas nucleon number is 19. Nucleon number means sum of proton and neutron. So here proton will be 9, since proton number is 9. Here number of neutrons will be 19 minus 9, it will be 10, because number of neutron is the difference of nucleon number and proton number. Now what about the electron? In a neutral atom, number of protons and number of electrons are same. Here number of protons are 9. Here it is given fluoride ion. Fluoride ion means it has gained 1 electron. Since it has gained 1 electron, so total number of electron will be here 9 plus 1, it will be 10. In fluoride ion, proton is 9, neutron is 10, and electron is also 10. What about sodium ion? In sodium ion, proton number is 11, nucleon number is 21. So here number of proton will be 11, number of neutron will be 21, minus 11, it will be 10. And number of electron, here it is 11, proton number is 11. Proton number 11 means in a neutral atom there is 11 proton and 11 electron. Now here we have a charge Na+. Na+ means it has lost 1 electron. Since it has lost 1 electron, so total number of electrons in sodium ion will be 11 minus 1, it will be 10. Now we check the options. Which statement is correct? Option A, the fluoride ion contains more electron than sodium ion. In fluoride ion, number of electrons is 10. In sodium ion, number of electrons are 10. They are same. So this option is incorrect. Option B, the sodium ion contains more neutrons than fluoride ions. In sodium ion, number of neutrons are 10. In fluoride ion, number of neutrons are 10. They are same. So this one is also incorrect. Option C, the two ions contain the same number of electrons as each other. Yes, it is correct. In fluoride ion, number of electrons are 10. In sodium ion, number of electrons are 10. They are same. So this option is correct. Option D, the two ions contain the same number of protons as each other. No, it is incorrect. Here number of protons in fluorine or in fluoride ion it is 9, whereas number of proton in sodium it is 11. So option D is also incorrect. Correct option, option C, where it is given that number of electrons are same in both the ions. Question number 6. Which dot and cross diagram showing the outer shell electron of each atom is not correct? In hydrogen, in the last orbital, there is one electron. So this one is correct. Here this one electron of this hydrogen, second electron of this hydrogen. This B is incorrect. In last orbital of hydrogen, in hydrogen there is only one orbital. So that is the last orbital. In the last orbital of hydrogen, there is one electron, whereas in the last orbital of chlorine, there is 7 electrons. And here only one electron is shown, so option B is incorrect. Option C, it is carbon dioxide. In carbon dioxide, we have carbon and oxygen. In carbon, in the last orbital, there is 4 electrons, and in oxygen, there is 6 electrons. Now here these dots, it represent electrons of carbon. So here for carbon, total 4 electrons are shown. What about oxygen? For this oxygen, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 electrons are shown. Same thing here, 6 electrons of this oxygen is shown. So this one is also correct. Option D. In option D, we have carbon and hydrogen. For carbon, in the last orbital, there is 4 electrons. For hydrogen, there is only 1 electron. So here 1 electron, it is for hydrogen. This dot is for carbon. For carbon, in the last orbital, 4 electrons. Here 1, 2, 3 and 4. And for each hydrogen, 1 electron is shown. So D is also correct. The only incorrect formula is HCl, that is given here in option B. So correct option, option B. Question number 7. Which statement shows that graphite and diamond are different forms of element carbon? Option A. Both graphite and diamonds have giant molecular structure. Yes, it is correct. Both graphite and diamond have giant molecular structure. But this statement just tells us about the physical property of graphite and diamond. Option B. Complete combustion of equal masses of graphite and diamond produces equal masses of carbon dioxide and no other product. Yes, it is correct option. This statement describes the chemical properties of an element. When carbon is reacted with oxygen, we will get only carbon dioxide. We cannot get only carbon dioxide by reacting any other element with oxygen. We cannot get carbon dioxide by reacting sulfur with oxygen. We cannot get carbon dioxide by reacting nitrogen with oxygen. We can get carbon dioxide only by reacting oxygen with carbon. So if graphite is carbon or diamond is carbon, then it will give us carbon dioxide, and if it is not carbon, then it will not give us carbon dioxide. So here this option B gives us the chemical characteristic of an element. So option B is correct option. What is given in the other options? Option C, graphite and diamond have different melting points. Yes, it is also correct, but this statement also describes the physical property, not the chemical property. Option D, graphite conducts electricity whereas diamond does not. Yes, it is also correct, but this statement also do not explain the chemical characteristic of carbon. So option D is also incorrect option. Here correct option is option B. Question number 8. In order to form a compound with oxygen, an atom of group 2 element must. In order to form a compound with oxygen, oxygen is of group 6 element. So when a group 2 element react with group 6 element, this group 2 element will lose 2 electrons and these 2 electrons will be gained by oxygen. Now we check the option. Option A, transfer 2 electrons to an atom of oxygen. Yes, it is correct options. 2 electrons are transferred from group 2 to oxygen. So correct option, option A. What is given in the other options? Option B, receive 2 electrons from an atom of oxygen. No, it is not possible. In last orbital of this second A group, there is only 2 electrons and it has a tendency to lose the electron, whereas in oxygen in the last orbital there is 6 electrons and oxygen has a tendency to gain electron, not to lose the electron. So here this option B is incorrect. Oxygen will not lose electron and this element from group 2 will not gain the electron. Option C, share 2 electrons with an atom of oxygen. No, when an element of second A group reacts with 6A group member, there is always transference of electron and an ionic bond is formed. So sharing of the electron is not possible here. Option D, bond with 2 atoms of oxygen. It is also not possible option. In group 2 member, there is 2 electron in the last orbital and in oxygen there is 6 electron in the last orbital. So one atom of oxygen will gain 2 electrons from one atom of this group 2 member. So here 2 atoms will not bond, only one atom oxygen will bond with this group 2 member. So option D is also incorrect. Correct option, option A. Question number 9. Copper wire is used to complete an electrical circuit. What happens in the copper wire? Option A, electrons move along the wire to the negative terminal. No, it is incorrect. Electrons are negatively charged particles, so it will move toward the positive terminal, not the negative terminal. Option B, electrons move along the wire to the positive terminal. Yes, it is correct. Positive ions move to the negative terminal. No, positive ion just remains at their mean position and vibrate at their mean position. They do not move. So this point is incorrect where it is given positive ions move to the negative terminal. Option C, electrons move along the wire to the positive terminal. Yes, okay. Positive ions stay in position. Yes, it is correct option. Positive ions remains at their mean position and at their mean position they just vibrate. So option C is correct option. What is given in the option D? Negative ions move along the wire to the positive terminal. Positive ions move to the negative terminal. No, it is incorrect. Positive ions do not move. They just vibrate at their mean position. So correct option, option C. Question number 10. Which uses of sulfuric acid are correct? Number 1, as a bleach. No, as a bleach we use chlorine. So number 1 is incorrect. Number 2, as a food preservative. As a food preservative, we use sulfur dioxide, not sulfuric acid. So this one is also incorrect. Number 3, as a raw material in the manufacture of detergent. Yes, it is correct. Number 4, as a fertilizer. No, as a fertilizer, we do not use sulfuric acid. So here 1, 2 and 4 are wrong. The only correct point is number 3. 3 only is given here in option D. So correct option, option D. Okay, now we have completed up to question number 10. The remaining part from 21 to 40 we will solve in the next session. Thank you very much.